Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I see you holding the sign out. My fault. Oh, you want to see the front?
All right, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to read?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
just
the
like
shot. I'm the shot.
Go ahead.
Shalom, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. GMS Tampa Bay 12.
What's today?
I want to give all undergoing praises to YAHAWAH,
SHAM, YAHAWASHI, SHAM, Crocodiles.
Double honors to our elder apostles at Great Millstone, who are also your leaders on this earth in the flesh of all of Israel. Single honor salutation to all your sisters and brothers who are also risking your life and freedom to do so to preach His word out of fear and also out of faith in YAHAWASHI. And peace and blessings be to all the sisters, men and women, and children who also do consist of the 1/3 of the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And peace and blessings also be to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth who also do believe in the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Shalom, peace and blessings be unto you all, and no peace unto the wicked. All right, and understand the time that we're living in right now. We are in the spirit of prophecy. Can you please give me Revelations 19:10, Baba Kashat? Because if you go to a church today, they won't tell you of the evil and of the wickedness that's happening prior to Christianity coming here, so to say. Right? Everything that's transpiring right now while we live on this earth, all of this has already been ordained by a higher power. Right? And there's nothing that you can do to actually stop this power or to stop this evilness from coming unless the Heavenly Father comes down with the only begotten Son.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not.
So this is John the Revelator speaking to an angel. All right, go ahead up.
I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWASHI.
So an angel just told John the Revelator, I am your brethren, and I'm also a servant. All right, so that makes us angels as well. Okay? So that goes to show you that what we're speaking is a message. You go into the word angel, the etymology of it means messenger. We are just simply messengers or apostles or prophets. We're going to tell you that why there's so many wars happening in the world and why America's dollar is really losing its power is because of prophecy. Okay, that's what we are. And the so-called white man shows hate all over the world. But once we bring out the truth, it's hate because they don't like the truth. They love lies. And they have to ride off. The scripture says the righteous is bold as a lion, but the wicked fleeth when no man pursueth. Hey, but hold on. Really what it is, the scripture says in Amos the 5th chapter, it says they hate him that rebuketh at the gates. So they will say that we preach hate. And they don't love it. All right? Go ahead.
Right. It says, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWASHI.
No, and the brethren are the Israelites. Go to Romans the 9th chapter. Go ahead up.
It says, worship God or the Most High,
right,
for the testimony of YAHAWASHI.
So the testimony of YAHAWASHI, when you go to the Old Testament, the New Testament, and even the Apocrypha was taken out by the Bible Destruction Research Group. Okay, go ahead up.
For the testimony of YAHAWASHI is the spirit of prophecy.
So the testimony of YAHAWASHI is the spirit of prophecy. When you go inside these churches, they don't speak about prophecy. They don't tell you how America is the mystery whore Babylon, how we're spiritually Sodom in Egypt. They don't tell you that the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Okay, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. They won't sit here and tell you that, okay, we are Esau Edom, even though it tells you that in their Jewish encyclopedias. They won't tell you those things in churches. Why? Because these churches out here are false prophets. They prophesy prosperity. Okay? You got something?
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
We're going to seek out the wisdom of all the ancients, and we're being occupied in prophecy. Okay? And matter of fact, if you go to the book of Jonah, when he was on the boat, they asked him, what is your occupation? He said, one that fears Yahweh. That's our occupation. And the fear starts with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Understanding that all these calamities, all these deaths, all these pestilences, all these diseases, it's all coming from a higher power. While you walking around, not having Ebola, while you walking around able to have cold water in your fridge, while you walking around when you can go down here and get you a tequila, while you driving your expensive car, you're not concerned with the other individuals who are by the masses that are suffering from the calamities that's to come. Because like you say, hey, Jay-Z said, what you eat don't make me shit. So that's how people feel today. But sooner or later, everybody gonna be eating a shit sandwich. Now what? You got more on that? Or that was it?
I got one other scripture.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
Right.
which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Which he shall put in your mouth, serve the Lord. It tells you, can you read Hosea 12 and 10, Bible Sham? It tells you that the Lord only speaks by his prophets. You got something in particular?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. After this one, I got you, man. The Lord speaks by the mouth of his prophets. That's what the king does. Prime example. If you look at the movie 300, you had King Leonidas of the Spartans. A messenger was sent to him from the Persians, if I'm not mistaken. Said that we come with what? Was it heaven and earth or heaven and water? Something to that extent. A king to another king. I'm not going to speak to you face to face unless it's that dire, but I'm going to send me a messenger. We're simply messengers of the king who is YAHAWASHI. Okay, go ahead up.
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
For them to be written in paper because they are faithful and true. It's not in stone anymore. It's in paper. And we're reading out of what? The Bible, which is written on what? Papyrus paper or even just regular all white paper, printer paper, all right? Go ahead up.
This is Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
So the Lord said he has multiplied visions. You have, here it is, all these years, people been talking about there are UFOs out there. Now here comes the United States of America military says we've been watching UFOs. But nobody wanted to believe the commoner. But then once the government tells you that, now all of a sudden you're locked in. But the elders been telling you that for 30 plus years. Because what you call UFOs are the chairs of the Most High. The Lord been telling you about the downfall of America by the mouth of his prophets. But because victories are so good cheap, you're not concerned with paying an extra 50 cents on gas or an extra $1. Listen, I used to get 18 dozens of eggs from Walmart for 85 cents. I gotta pay $1.15 now. Do the math on that. The dollar's losing its value. It's not gonna happen in an instant. You know what I'm saying? Like a tornado.
Gradually.
It's gonna gradually happen. Go ahead.
Say when I began to visit.
When I began to visit thee, this is the beginning of all devastation amongst all you people. Because when the dollar loses value, you have no power. Because right now it's power and money. When that money loses value, now you have no power. Now it comes to brute strength. Now it comes to your animalistic tendencies. Because we all are animals, we're mammals, right? But money can make you get rid of a murder charge. Not in that day, right? Okay?
I'm good.
Halal, you had something, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs.
The watchmen are blind. They are ignorant. They are dumb dogs. That's kind of like an old dog that's been on watch for so long, like in a junkyard. He's 20 years old. He barely even bark. He just, all you see is the dust come up off of him blowing his breath out. That's like these Christians, man. They've been preaching the same message for so long, and ain't nothing been happening.
They don't believe it anymore.
They don't believe it no more. Even Vocab alone said it. He said, I went and saw some of my Christian friends at Columbus, and some of them said they don't believe in hell anymore. Now they're in bars drinking. Why? Because they've been watching the elder apostles, great millstone, first and foremost, on down. They've been watching the prophecies come to pass, so now they can't refute it. So now what the scripture does say, give strong drink to him who is ready to perish. Right. They know what's to come. You got something to say out?
I was gonna say
yeah, more than that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say yeah, because they really they stop believing because really they're believing in the doctrine that's not true. So when they're preaching something and everything they're saying is not coming to pass, it's not working for them or their families or their loved ones, then they're gonna go right back into the world and do whatever it was they were doing before. You know what? It was good, but you know, God, I guess is gonna love me, and you know, I don't even know if I believe in God anymore at this point. That's what they're thinking.
Right.
It doesn't even work anymore.
Right. Yep.
You got it up.
Can I pull out? Hey, make sure you pay
His watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
Come on, loving and slumber. Okay, you want to say?
And you know, Elder Malcolm in one of his latest videos, you know, he brought up that example. His dog was, you know, barking during his video, and he's like, well, he's doing what he's supposed to do. What good is a dog if he don't bark? I mean, so a dog is supposed to bark twice to let you know an intruder is coming, therefore signifying that danger is headed your way. All right? And a lot of these Christians, that's what they are. These people of this world, they're dumb dogs. All right? They're not barking to let the people know that danger is coming, man. All right?
On the household.
Exactly.
Come on.
You
That's
know?
your part.
Like, you know, when you have a dog in your yard, you know damn well, I know, you know, you got a sense of security. Like, if anybody come in the yard, he's gonna bark. You know that.
That's your first line. You know what? You know what? That's like your offensive line right there.
Exactly.
You can't get to the quarterback unless you get through them. You can't get to me unless you get through the dog. Right.
And
right.
even if somebody shoot him or whatever, he gonna bark and to let you know, like,
The
hey,
last,
somebody out there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's what the scripture
It's
is.
really a warning. It's all.
It's just a warning. Why?
Why?
That's spiritual.
Hey, real quick, that's likened unto the watchmen. Even though they might die because they're just watchmen, at least they did their job and warned the people that the destruction is coming. Like a dog is supposed to do, warn you of impending doom.
And the dog is what? Caleb.
Loyal.
All right? So we being those loyal servants out here, warning the people unto the very last end, to the very last minute, till we can't be out on the streets no more, man. All right? Finish out on this. It says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds.
Greedy dogs. Because if you go to the Christian churches, they're greedy because they want all your money. That's what they're doing. They're telling you prosperity to get your money because they're telling you what you want to hear. When they told you about prophecy, you won't really have a congregation. All right? Go ahead on.
Yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand.
And shepherds that can't understand because they can't understand the words inside this book. Yep. Send it to Isaiah 6 and 9 and Isaiah 29 and 10. Now you can give this Bible to a man who went to a theologian school, but when it comes to prophecies and deep breakdowns, the water off. I got off the water. When it comes to prophecy and deep breakdowns, they can't understand it. That's what it means by that. And the prime example of a dog being a watchman or a guardian unto you, watch the beginning of Apocalypto. Because while Jaguar Pop was sleeping, Rudy Trueblood, his real name and character, while Jaguar Pop was sleeping in his tent with his wife, a dog kept barking. And his wife said, would you go out there and kill that dog? But he was still asleep. And then all he heard was the dog say, arr! And then he woke up and realized they was coming to take everybody in the village. So that dog was the last line of defense prior to them coming and taking everybody in their movie. And that's a prime example of them being them dogs, man. It's gonna be too late then when the enemy comes in like a flood.
That goes to these other Israelite camps as well too. They don't prophesy. All right, they will tell you everything but the prophecies and the warning that YAHAWASHI was giving us from old. Okay, they're gonna tell us, you know, you're Israelites, but they're gonna stop right there. They're gonna tell you who the devil is, but they're gonna stop right there. You know, but everything that's happening right now, we speak about, but because you know, through the spirit and power, the prophets are up here. Okay, but they're not prophesying, they're not giving you the warning.
It says, shepherds that cannot understand, they all look to their own way, everyone for his own gain from his quarters.
Right, from his own gain, from his own quarters. All they trying to do is gain over on the minds of the people. All right, because in order for you to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. That's it, it's a balance. So,
no, if I say this too, you know, and that's why Christianity is, that's why they, you know, it's all are accepted. Gay, lesbian, come as you are. Why? Because it's nothing but a racket of making money, man. That's all that is, to make money. That's why it's so, the gate is so broad. Okay? Because they can care less what
what you believe.
what you believe in, as long as you just come and just pay your tithes, man.
And that's why the scriptures say the way to destruction is broad and wide.
Yeah.
Don't pray for anybody, and Christians can pray for anybody, you know, not knowing about their works or their deeds. Okay, I'll pray for you, you know. A person is a devil.
And you know what? That's spiritual too, because like the brother was saying, like, you know, his brother said, the way to destruction. And the way to destruction is broad and wide. Like you said, in Christianity, they accept any and everybody. Well, when you accept any and everybody, you don't care about who make the laws. And one of the Rothschilds said that. They said, I care not who make the laws, as long as I get all the money. Prime example. Same thing with the Christian church. I don't care what they believe in the Bible, as long as they're willing to give me their money. It's the same aspect. They just come in a different format. All right?
A little bit more. It says, come ye, say, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more wine.
Right. So they said, hey, with much wine and strong drink, we shall fill ourselves today and be much more merry. Can you give me Isaiah 29 and 8, Bubble the Shop? Because you can do that physically, because that's what Jake do. Drink all day, pop pills, smoke weed, fuck bad bitches, spend all kind of money on cars, go on different vacations. That's a wine of America. Being to a state of debauchery. Always constantly feeding your flesh. Going up.
Isaiah 29 and 8.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we said they are drunken, but not with wine.
All over this, that's it.
Right here, 9.
Isaiah 29 and 9. Stay yourselves in wonder, cry ye out and cry.
Right.
They are drunken, but not with wine.
They are drunken, but not with wine. And brother just brought that out in the last precept. Okay? Go ahead up.
They stagger, but not with strong
They
drink.
stagger, but not with strong drink. That wine is their philosophy, because the wine goes back to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? Which is what's leading to all these wars. Because here it is, you have a law where I can set a tariff on this country, I can set a tariff on that country, I can set a tariff on that country. At the very same time, though, what you gonna do to me? Man, you mad, you going crazy. That's how they're looking at it. It's more of us than there are of you, but your pride is deceiving you. So they're drunken off their wine. They're drunken off their own knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, their own constitution, their own laws. Understand? All right? So right now, we're living in a time for the elect, this is spiritual warfare. But for the rest of you people, it's physical warfare. Because you're going to be out here trying to form your own garrisons to protect your own family. It does not matter how much you make annually a year. When it comes to food, water, life and death and protection, and they're going off of intuition, you can't buy that. That has to be instilled inside of you. So we coming into those times, yes.
That's from the same scriptures.
You got it?
Yeah. Cut. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Right. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right, so right now, hey, that's beautiful. That's why they say they hate him that rebuketh at the gate. Because right now we're at the gate. But a dog, just think about it, A dog at a junkyard, he's at that gate. He telling you, no, don't come over here. Yeah. But at the same time, though, we trying to warn our people that the enemy's trying to come over the gate. We stand there at the gate. We're the watchmen at the gate. We're watching this gate for you of the dangers and the evils to come. We are those spiritual watchdogs, those spiritual watchdogs.
I got it right here. Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate and abhor him that speaketh uprightly. All right, and speaking uprightly is what? Warning the people, telling them to come back to the heritage. All right, letting them who's the wicked, who's the righteous, what you should be doing, what the last days are going to look like. All right, that's speaking uprightly, telling you to not to conform to this world, okay, but transform into righteousness. That's speaking uprightly. And what's it say? It says they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. So when we out here and we preaching, we yelling, so to speak, you know, we get so-called upset. We're rebuking you, like telling you, you got to come out of that shit, man. And come.
Speaking of,
cry loud, spare not.
Cry loud, spare not. Come.
Like voice like a trumpet.
I say
so called yelling, man. You know, the scripture
yelling, yeah.
command us come out here and uplift our voice, man.
That's
All
right.
right. What is you reading?
Amos 5 and 10.
All right, because Amos 3 and 7 also say, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? All right, and the people not be afraid. That trumpet, a trumpet is, when you think of trumpet, you think of a loud noise, man. All right, and that trumpet being blown is us, man. Matthew 10 and 20 is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of Father that speaking within you,
That's
man.
right.
All right.
That's right. The brother just brought it out in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, where the Lord said, warn my people with my words. So we only warn them with the words that they have with the Father. You know, that's right.
So back in the Amos it said, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate and abhor him that speaketh uprightly. And abhor means basically avoid.
It's like somebody that has the flu.
Yeah.
You just disdain them. You know, just get away from them.
So
Like
we
you're
speak up.
supposed to do to your woman and her mistress.
Yeah, but she's a mistress. Like,
Abhor her.
you know? Right.
And going back into the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou giveth him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Okay? And why is that? Because you knew what to tell him, you knew he was going off, but you kept your mouth shut. All right? You knew the prophecies, you knew the laws. You know he's an Israelite, and you didn't warn him, like, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that. All right, I see you trying to, you should be telling a person who knows that they're an Israelite, who's trying to do righteously. And if you see a man going up, I see this man making a great mistake through the scriptures, I'm gonna tell him, I'll pull him aside and tell him, like, yo, it's a Sabbath, or look what you're doing. That's warning, that's love.
Proverbs 27 and 5. Or for rebuke is better than a secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
See that? So what we don't when we bring it out, we bring it out because we love you. All right? We're telling you because we're supposed to be watching your souls. We're watching your souls, just like the elders watch our souls. We watch over the flock too. Okay? So we are warning the wicked from their wicked ways, and if we don't warn the wicked from their wicked ways, yeah, the wicked's gonna die, but our ass is gonna die too, even though we're doing what we're supposed to do, but we're not warning. I'll read this one. 19, Ezekiel 3 and 19, it says, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Right. So in other words, like YAHAWASHI said, if I had not come, they have a cloak for their sins. Because I have come, they have no cloak for their sins. And how does YAHAWASHI come? He's come through us. Because we are members of the body of YAHAWASHI.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 4. For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Going back to what the brothers were talking about these people being that dumb dog, and us being that dog warning these people, all right, it's better to be that living dog than a dead lion, man. Yeah.
And what are they? They're dead. According to what? Revelations 11 and 8. They're dead bodies. Going back to Ezekiel the 37th chapter. All right? They're dead, man. All right? Spiritually dead. No breath. Exactly. No breath and no life is within them, man. All right? You see you walking, yeah, they're alive. They got flesh on them. All right? And then even going into even more edification on that, you got people that wake up to their Israelites, they put that flesh on those dry bones, but then they have no breath. Like the 3 sisters earlier, they had no breath with them. They had the flesh on them, but actually they took the flesh off. They denounced the whole Hebrew Israelite thing, but they had no spirit in them.
Eating the other menus. But like your brother saying, like scripture say, he that leaveth the way of he that leaveth the way of the Lord goes into the congregation of the dead. Right? Which is following after the ways of the heathen, right? That's how you go to the congregation of the dead, following after the ways of the heathen.
Sign out?
Yeah, I found it. This is
This is Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. Going back into what I want to open up with, going back to all these wars that's happening, all this is prophecy. All of this is prophecy. Okay? All these false prophets all these so-called Christians today, they're not telling you of the things that's happening in your everyday life, whether it's happening at your grocery store or whether it's happening all over the world. They're not telling you that those events are written here in the Bible. That's the difference between a prophet today and a so-called Christian today. Okay? Because right now, you have all these countries, they're intertwined with America. And when you think about tariffs, that's trade war. That's trade war, okay? You got what it says on the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. Daniel 4:17, if I'm not mistaken. Read it one more time, Bible Bishop.
The Lord is a man of war. YAHAWAH is his name.
Yahweh is his name. All right, go ahead, Al.
Book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
By the decree of the who?
Watchers.
By the watchers. So the decree that we're speaking on, it's been given to us. That's why the scripture says we've been given an unction to know all things. So we are able to speak a decree that has been given to us by our theologian school. It's been given to us by the Spirit. Going back to 1 Corinthians in the 2nd chapter. Right up.
It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers,
right,
and the demand by the word of the Holy One.
And by the demand of the word of the Holy One. The brother just brought out Hosea 12:10. Go ahead up.
To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
right,
and giveth it to whomever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
So right now, we coming to realize that the reason why this kingdom is falling, because YAHAWASHI is ruling within all of these kingdoms. You have to understand that. Can you give me Proverbs 20? Proverbs 21, if I'm not mistaken, 21:1. What says the king's heart? When you think about a president, you think about an emperor, all right, a prince. You think about all the different titles of a ruler, a dictator, a fascist. They all go back to kings. They rule over their own people. All right, when you think about, okay, who rules Russia? You think about Vladimir Putin. You think about who rules Venezuela. You think about Maduro. You think about who rules America. You think about President Trump. You think about who rules North Korea. You think about Kim Jong-un. Those are the kings of their provinces, of their people at that time. Okay? You got it up?
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh.
Your heart is your mind. Go ahead.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So the Heavenly Father happened to what? Hey, why you think Donald Trump said he agreed on something? And then a couple of days later, he said he don't agree. The Lord, he flip-flopped. The Lord, like a pancake, the Lord just said the king's heart is in my hand. I control his mind. What makes you think he don't control your mind? That's the Heavenly Father, man. You're not only in the physical war, you are in the spiritual war every day. Understand? Wait, was it on that?
That was
right.
Yeah.
Right, you go one more time. Give me Matthew 24.
Yep.
You got something in particular?
I got a quick brief.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Al.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. YAHAWAH is his name.
So going back to the Lord, what it said, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. That means that the Heavenly Father is a man of war. So we see all these nations going to war. The Heavenly Father is controlling the minds of these nations to come to the demise of Esau, Edom.
Hey, Miami, hold that bubble aside, and I'm just going to throw this in there real quick. It's Daniel 10 and 12. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thy heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God. So, I guess restricting something fast. Right? It says, thy words were heard, and I come for thy words. This is the point. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. He's working on his mind, man. Right? Because back during that time, they had strong minds.
Stronger mind.
So he withstood them. You know what I mean? Trying to put that instruction in his mind, but he had a strong mind.
And that's spiritual.
He withstood me, you know?
Hey, you're not lying though, because what it says in Romans the 9th chapter, he hardened the mind of Pharaoh.
Exactly.
The Lord had to harden their mind.
this is a precept to go with.
It's spiritual because before time, the Lord said, I have made men upright. But they've sought out many inventions. So their mind was much more like a stub. Alright? They was stubborn. Alright? Like the stub of a tree. Meaning what the point we're talking about in the car. Go ahead up.
Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3.
Yeah.
On page. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. It says, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Verse 4. And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed. Or Christ, it says here.
Hey, when it says Christ, it's talking about a Messiah. You had the God-given comforter who got taken out for tax evasion. You have so many people say, oh, I am God's son. But here it is, you still have homosexuality going on in the land of Israel. And the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Understand? Where's King David? Where's YAHAWASHI? Where's the 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel? If you're supposed to be the Most High Son.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Right.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And we are hearing of wars and rumors of wars. Right now you have America, they still don't want Turkey to get those S-400s because they're getting the F-35s from them. Now here it is, you have it to where D.A. Trump told Mexico, listen, you're going to put 20% tariffs on all your exports unless you stop these immigrants, so to say, Israelites, from invading the United States of America. But then here it is on a flip-flop, you keep talking about that flip-flop, it's a car. Mexico said that what we going to do, we going to buy most of your farmers' product. They said, we'll buy that from you so that you can get the money. But guess what that's going to do to the people that's been cultivating that land? Hold on, what are you doing? You buying them boat, you buying me out. It's like Jake that nickel and dime. They be like, hey man, how much you got over there? You got 3 pounds? You buy them? No man, because when you break it all down by product by product by product, by barcode by barcode by barcode, you got to put extra taxes on it.
Yep.
So every time you transport something in less bulk, you got to put taxes on it. That's why they have middlemen. So matter of fact, DJ Trump like, you know what? Buy all this in bulk. So now these farmers don't have to sell it to all these other companies in America, or to all these department stores in America. Mexico just gonna buy it all in bulk. They're like, hold on, what the fuck? I can't make profit off of that. Only way you make profit is about taxing.
Because the companies are
Distributors, right, right.
So then you can go to Walmart and buy singles like that. But Walmart got that Nestle water from the Nestle company. You know what I mean? But they didn't sell it to you singles. But they only gonna sell to Walmart like you said, both with pallets.
Yep.
You know, on them pallets.
You paying both.
They buy by the millions.
Yeah.
Millions.
And that's less profit that they can make, rather than them going and putting it to Walmart or the Kroger's or the Winn-Dixie or on Trader Joe's. And you just buy it all in bulk within the country. That's war on your own people right there.
And a lot of those corporations are already tied in with the government, with the politicians anyway.
Exactly. Exactly, man. We living in those times right now. And then also going over into in Japan. What happened was, when I was in Japan, the Strait of Hormuz, you had they said that Iran had struck this oil tanker. But when you break it all down, there was an individual, he was an ex-member of the United States White House. He's a part of the Secretary of Defense. His name was Michael Maloof. He said that if anybody gets into any type of emergency in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran's supposed to actually respond to them. All right? You're supposed to come to relieve them. Same thing like if somebody was bringing some product here to the Gulf of Mexico, and let's say that they were sinking or something, the U.S. Coast Guard would come to aid them. And that's money that's being sunk down. That's why. So what happened was America said Iran hit this oil tanker. The Norwegian people And the vessel was one of the vessels was also owned by Japan. The Norwegian people said the Iranians actually came and rescued us. Why the hell would I strike an oil tanker that I'm going to save? I'm actually going to put some of my soldiers in danger. These are the wars and rumors of wars. America's trying to find a way to lure Iran off their front porch into the middle of the street so they can brawl. That's all they want. Those are the wars and rumors of wars. And then even the Japanese, the Ammonites, they even said that what happened with the oil tanker, they said that's not what happened. So here it is, man. You have all these wars and rumors of wars that's actually going on right now. It has also been written in the Bible. Okay? Go ahead up.
Con.
You got something to say?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Hey, matter of fact, hold that. Yes, I need you. Yes, something? Speak. Yeah.
You know, in order to wage the war, you need the people on your side, man.
Justify the means.
Exactly. You need the people on your side. So, sooner or later, get ready for a false flag to get on American soil, man. You know?
Real quick, if I may add, that's what they did back with Iraq. They said, George Bush said, look, we have to go over there and get the weapons of mass destruction. To this day, they ain't found not one.
Right.
But
justifying to the means.
Because the American people were like, oh, they got
cheering them on,
cheering them on. USA, you know, they was all about it. You know, and the brother brought up Pearl Harbor. You know, same thing with that. They, you know,
Luxembourg.
They
said it was Germany who bombed the ship over there by Britain.
false flags after false flag. So that's going to happen again out here in America. It's happening over there overseas. All right, you just don't understand it because you're not paying attention.
The time, the date is already set. It could be next month on the 20th.
Just like 9/11, so they could invade Afghanistan, which Afghanistan had nothing to do with it.
That's what we waiting on, man.
Patient.
And then, hold on, you said they blame on Afghanistan so they can go in and get the poppy field. But then like 10, 15 years later, they say they're finna sue Saudi Arabia. So who did it? Pakistan and Saudi Arabia.
Unbelievable. Matthew chapter 24, verse 5.
They select you real quick, and me and this brother have it on first-hand account of these soldiers that go over there to Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah.
They go over there not knowing what the hell's going on, and then they come to the conclusion when they're getting on the plane right back that they were lied to, man. And so that's why they come back and start bugging out and kill themselves, man.
Yeah, they commit suicide. Yo, that soldier shit, suicide shit is high level.
You just trained to kill. That's why Henry Kissinger said, he said U.S. soldiers are dumb, stupid dogs used for international affairs. They're just pawns. They're rooks playing chess.
They ain't even on the level of rook, man. Rook is high level, man. They pawns,
They
bro.
expendable.
Yeah. Back in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6, rather. It says, this is all YAHAWASHI speaking.
This guy here.
It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So be not troubled, because all these things must come to pass. So why would you think he said to be not troubled? Because the scripture tells you to comfort one another with these words. I'm going to tell you of the evils to come, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to save you from the evils at the very same time. You got to, the water. It's a balance. Those who have faith should believe they're going to be saved. Those who don't have faith are going to die in their unfaithfulness. That's why the Lord said, let not the incredulity of them trouble you. So they don't believe, don't let that trouble you. Because in that day, they're going to be willing in the day of the power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. Oh, that's right.
You have something you want to say? Come on.
This is Jeremiah, verse 50, verse 9, or chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
And we know what, can you give me on Psalms 37 and 7? Because we know what Babylon is. Babylon is here in America. And it's already been put out there who Esau Edom is. All right? It's already been put out who Esau Edom is. We don't have to say who they are. But Esau Edom is also a replica of the ancient Babylon, the ancient Babylonians, okay? All right, you got that?
What's the verse?
Psalms 137 and 7.
Oh, 137. Okay. You said 37. This is the book of, this is Psalm 137, verse, almost there, verse 7. It says, remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Remember, Esau is Edom. Going into Genesis, the 36th chapter, the first verse. Go ahead on.
Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon.
O daughter of Babylon. You say verse?
This says daughter.
Wow, okay, O daughter of Babylon. Okay, go ahead.
Who are to be destroyed?
Who are to be destroyed. It's talking about Esau, Edom. So who's the head of the Edomites today? It's not, I'm gonna put it like this, not in economic standpoint, in political standpoint, in military standpoint. Who's the head of Esau, Edom? America. Even though Russia has the most firepower, okay, even though well, shit, what other Edomite nation really has power other than Russia like that?
That's why Americans call the war that rises upon them.
That's it, really. Because Russia's not a part of the beast. So them other Edomite nations, they underneath America. But Russia's like, nah, we not a part of NATO or EU. That's why they deem them their enemies. That's right. So with that being said, though, the daughter of Babylon is America. Now, why would we say Babylon? You go to ancient Babylon, right? They used to worship the god, the Dagon god. And that Dagon god was the fish god. And here in Christianity, if you look on the back of most cars, people will have a fish that says Jesus inside of it. That's Babylonian worship right there.
It's the Pope's hat.
The Pope's hat and the papacy, that goes back to the Babylonians as well. Understand?
Farther back than that, to the Philistines.
Yeah, same the Hamites. They go back to Ham all over again. Go on.
Real quick. Second Esdras. Yeah, let me read this again real quick. This is Psalm 137 and 7 and 8. It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Before I read on, we get this is 2 Esdras 6, because the brother was saying, you know, at the end of who's ruling right now. Edom's ruling. It says 2 Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Son, this is Jacob right here. All right, this is who our Jews assume Jacob the siblings are. Got that? All right.
So Esau is the end of the world. So Esau, everybody knows that we in the last days. All right, everybody says it. Even the most bugged out of people will say that we in the last days. So it says that Esau is the end of this world. All right, and it says that that Edom is the daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Finishing this off, it says happy. And this is Psalm 137 and 8 in the middle. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones.
Come on. Happy shall he be that is taking and dashing thy little ones against the stone. You do the same thing to our children.
Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
Can you give me Obadiah 1? All right, well, it's only one chapter, but Obadiah, like let's start from the top, matter of fact. Because it said he's going to bring an array of nations to come against Babylon, all right? To come against Esau, Edom, all right? That's going to come against her.
That's verse 7 in Obadiah about that confederacy.
An assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken.
I'm trying to make sure you know what verse I want.
You said from the top.
Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken.
Come, from this shall she be taken. Her dominion gonna be taken. That's why I tell you in Isaiah the 47th chapter what it says. Oh, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Talking about Esau, Edom. You gotta sit in the dust, because there's no more throne for you. They're gonna take your throne. By the spirit of YAHAWASHI, that's what we brought out. And the heavenly Father ruling for the kingdom of men. He's gonna take your throne by the heathen nation. Just like the heavenly Father took our throne by the heathen nation. And also, we gonna fight. The Lord said the saints shall take the kingdom as well. But these other nations who's supposed to be your allies, okay? The Lord said he gonna bring them against you. O
Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
And an ambassador is like a mediator between two countries. Like an ambassador would be like, okay, if I have to go to China, I have to be bilingual. I have to know Cantonese, or like, you know, Chinese, Mandarin, like the brother said. And then I'll be an ambassador. I'll be like a mediator between the countries.
Hey,
That's what we are.
Real quick, when you mentioned about that 300 earlier, about how the Persians, they sent, you know, to Leonidas, the ambassador.
Yep, that was
Ben
an ambassador. That was an ambassador to Persia. So we are representatives, all right, of the nation of Israel to go to tell you of the prophecies that are to come. All right, we're just basically spokesmen, so that when it does happen, you can't say you didn't know.
Don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, don't kill the messenger.
Verse 2, Obadiah, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Right.
Thou art greatly despised.
Right, because America is greatly despised by the other nations. Tariffs. When you put tariffs on all those products, like a 25% tariff, you're not only hurting their economy, you're also hurting the consumers here. Because now the people, the owners of those companies that actually import those, they have to actually pay extra money on the dollar. So now, like I said earlier, a dozen eggs at Walmart, 18 eggs, a dozen and a half eggs at Walmart was 85 cents. Now it's $1.15 at Walmart.
And nobody's saying that.
Nobody's saying that. That's a markup. That's a major markup. So just imagine when it comes to gas, your child's medication, your child's formula, okay, the diapers, on your electric bill, your water bill, all right,
toothpaste.
How about other expenses? How about other expenses? You get a flat tire, you get a busted radiator in your car. They're not accounting for that. Okay?
Yeah.
All that.
Can I ask you a question, if you don't mind?
Come into perspective.
Why does it have to be a white or black thing? I have the
and
Lion of Judah on my body.
You're
I
a
have
woman,
him tattooed on my body.
First and foremost, you're a woman amongst men, so you should ask your husband if you should speak before you speak to me.
Really? Is that how you feel?
No, that's what the Bible says.
Because I know that my husband believes in my thought process.
That's what the Bible says.
Is it okay if I speak?
Okay.
My husband says it's okay if I speak.
Verse 3. Obadiah, verse 3.
If she stopped and he kept walking, she should have followed him. Go ahead.
The pride of thine heart has deceived thee.
The pride of your heart has Go ahead, keep going.
Oh my God.
It says the pride of thy heart
because I
has
have white
deceived thee.
skin?
It says the pride of thy heart has deceived
Because I'm
thee.
African
Talking about
and
Esau,
Spanish.
Edom, okay?
I may have white skin, but
brother,
I'm African and Spanish.
hold on,
With
somebody
the
stop.
Lion of Judah tattooed on my body.
It don't even matter, right?
So who is it that actually is speaking if they're not prophets?
Thou that dwelleth in the cleft
Speak
of the
of
rock.
it that
Listen,
way.
look, this is what's wrong with
I'm not a
America.
bad person,
If
but
you
I
wanna
have the
see-
Lion of
If you
Judah
want to see the
tattooed
condition
on
of a
my
nation,
body.
look
One
at the
should
women.
think of that before you
If
think
you
about
want
a
to see the
woman.
condition of a nation,
I'm a
look at the
wonderful
women.
woman.
If you want to see the condition of a nation, look at the
Y'all
women.
better think about who
If
your
the
leader
man's not in
is.
order,
When there's a
and the
woman
woman's
who's
out of order,
awesome,
everything's
who
out of order.
believes,
That's the
and
problem
this is
with
what
America.
he shows.
He can't even control his own woman.
Y'all
She louder than him. Control your woman, man. That's what's wrong with society. You men need testicular fortitude, man.
Hey, well, you see the state, he carrying her purse, man.
And he's carrying her purse with the children. God damn, sucker.
Put that on
Hey, get it on
camera.
camera. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's down and she don't want to talk now.
Now he said something.
He's a cheerleader for his bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
Hey, if I could say real quick, hey, she's saying she's from the tribe of Judah because she got it tattooed.
Go ahead.
Hey, she's saying she's from the tribe of Judah because she got it tattooed on her. I mean, come on now. First of all, you're not supposed to have any markings on your flesh. But second of all, if you just sit there and tattoo a tribe on your arm, does that really make you a part of the...
Right, a Moabite can put Judah with a lion head on it. You're not from the tribe of Judah.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, if that's your thought process, you know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying, like, if you from the tribe of Judah, where was the Lord's tattoo say I'm from the tribe of Judah? That's just wow. But,
Oh, tattoos are against the law.
yeah.
Exactly.
Tattoos are against the law. So she's just saying she's proud of that iniquity, that sin. All right. We're not proud of it. Yeah, Khan. Oh yeah, glory in it. Back into the book of Obadiah.
Right.
It says in verse 3.
It's lucky. And like she said, you see, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. We didn't mention nothing about race at all. She came up and said, why has it be a black and white thing? It's always been a so-called black and white thing. What the fuck are you talking about? Who stay in the suburbs? We ain't make that. Who stay in the ghettos, man? It's always been a black and white thing. Who the fuck was hanging from trees back then? It wasn't you. We ain't make that up. Get the fuck out of there. We ain't make that shit up.
Hey,
I hate that shit. You devils, bro.
when we was in slavery, it was a black and white thing. They
It's
said
always the black and white.
coloreds only, white only. They made the signs.
Only, white only.
But they
Thank you.
made the signs. We didn't make those signs. They made it.
Matter of fact, we learned from you.
Right.
That's why to this day, Jake. That's why to this day on the empty bus, I watch Jake walk all the way to the back of the bus. Bro.
Yeah.
He still walks to the back of the bus till this day, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
So they made it a white and black thing, but now they want to cry about the lies that was told to them.
Cause now they see that they on the same level we on. Let's just get along. Fuck out of here. Eat them crumbs that Esau left on the fucking table. It's gonna make fun of you. Go ahead,
Verse 3, Obadiah. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
The pride of America's heart has deceived them. Okay? By trying to subjugate Edom. By trying to subjugate all the other nations, man. Okay? Matter of fact, before we go any further, read that one more time, because we got to get back to the premises.
Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken.
He said set an array against her. Remember that part. Go ahead,
Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Arrows shall be like a... Hey, hold on. What a missile sign at?
Over there.
Oh, watch it. Boom. That's the arrow. Can you see that up? I don't even pan that bit. All right, keep going.
I got a wide screen. I got from Osh all the way down to here.
I don't even pan that bit. He said he got it already. Go ahead, man.
Bet. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right. Oh, go back to Esau, Edom. Yeah. Arthur Koestler said it. The 13 tribes, that book. Okay, go ahead, Al. It says, as a matter of fact, Job the 30th chapter.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. Why you think, pan the camera out, Baba Kashab, why you think you see all of these skyscrapers? It's even the law that you should not make your house over what, 3 stories high? So in other words, we're gonna have palaces, not castles in that day. All right? They have like 20, 30, 40-story high buildings. The Twin Towers. Okay? Babylon all over here, exactly. Go ahead, it
says, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right, so Esau said, who shall bring me down to the ground? What are you going to do if I put these tariffs on you? What are you going to do if I come and occupy your land? What are you going to do if I'm floating around in international waters with warships? Or, matter of fact, they don't even call them warships. They call them destroyers.
Destroyers. They call straight up destroyers.
They call them destroyers. We got everything. We got cannons. We got fighter jets. They can take us in 5 minutes. All that shit. We got Minutemen that in their sleep, they can get up and get clothed in 1 minute and be on their shit in 5. And at your ass in 10.
Ready for war. Do something.
And also they got men or women sitting in rooms right at the switch. Get ready to push a missile.
Push that button?
Yeah, all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Straight women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight women.
You know, ready to push a button. They get a code. They sitting there all... Turn the key. Yes, all day.
And also, I want to add too, wherever the president goes, there's a certain individual that walks around with a briefcase that's handcuffed to their wrist. That has the lunch codes.
That nuclear football.
The water. It's called a nuclear football. Wherever the president, that's why the pride had deceived you. And you know what? Keep playing. I'm gonna drop a nuke on you. That's why they call it. He's an idiot. That's why they call him. You have to see the video on it. About the lunch codes. Matter of fact, I need you to re-upload that. Baba the show. They call 2 people, man. They tell you Alpha, Omega, Psi, Phi, whatever the case may be. Then they relay that same code to the people in the Pentagon, like the top head, the top general. He in this room in the Pentagon, like, okay, are you sure you want to do this? He telling them codes. You gotta put them codes in, turn that key, and once you press that button, prophecy been fulfilled. That's it. That's it. It's been won. Literally in 1 hour, it's gonna be won. All right? You talking about them times? Go ahead, up. You gonna go right after that.
Verse 4, Obadiah. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
and the eagle, go back to the Roman, the Greco-Roman Empire, go back to the Germans as well. And lo and behold, the national animal is what? The eagle. All right, go ahead on.
Though thou exalt themselves as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
The stars. Who is that? That goes back to the International Space Station. All heathens rule up there. You have Edom.
Yep.
You have Moab.
Yep.
And pretty much it's Edom and Moab.
Elon trying to get
Elon trying to get them trying. They got one up there.
Actually, they got a thing around the moon. They got a satellite around the moon.
Okay, but they're all heathens though. That's right. That's right.
Ain't no Native Americans.
Ain't no Native Americans up there, right?
Hey, but the first
Ain't
two
no
people,
Hamites.
the first two people that actually sent men up there were both Edomites, America and Russia.
The water. Sputnik. Yeah, Sputnik was the first, right?
That was a satellite.
That was a satellite. Sputnik
But I think Yuri Gagarin was the first man to go from the Russian side. His name was Yuri Gagarin. Then they had whatever their names, Buzz Aldrin and all them guys. They say they went, but ain't no telling.
Say it again. So, back in verse 4, or verse,
all right, boss.
Yeah, verse 4. It says, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, and nest can even go back to a cache of weapons, among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh.
Right, and they got that iron rod. It's called the iron, I believe it's called the iron rod. It's pretty much where it's like
A tungsten rod.
yeah.
Basically like a telephone pole.
Yeah. And it just destroys shit. You know, it's like it's a nuke pretty much.
Yeah. They show that in that movie, something Cobra, where they say it's the hand of God weapon. They shoot. It's basically like a telephone pole down. G.I. Joe.
They got that same weapon in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's like they have a concentrated energy beam that just fry your ass.
Oh, that's some laser weapon. They got them. Yeah.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out?
That goes right back to Esau Edom, who basically, it says, it's a law in the Bible. You know, if you have a tree that bears fruit, you can take all the fruit off that tree on your province, you want. But the fruit that hits the ground, you don't collect that. And that's for the wanderers and the travelers. That right there was known as like a snap business.
Welfare.
That was our welfare system, you know. A brother come through, you allow him to lodge there. That's why when Lot had the two angels with him, he had to protect those two angels from all them homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, because that man was in his house. I gotta protect you, man. You like my brother, you know.
It says, how are the things of Esau searched out?
Right.
How are the hidden things sought out?
Right. And just like when they attacked in Iran. I mean, hold on, in the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, they say Iran hit them. Even the Norwegians and the Ammonites said that's not what happened. So you being sought out. That's why they're putting all these bans on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. Because they don't want the truth to get out anymore. Oh, it's conspiracy theory. Oh, it's hate. They don't want you to speak the truth anymore. They want you to remain a fool out here in this world, man. Keep spending your money, keep clocking in and clocking out every day while we keep ruling the world. Like you think you got some shit. If you ain't signing no checks, you ain't doing shit.
Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
What's that again?
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, man. That's what's happening with Iran. You have not Saudi Arabia. You have China. You have Russia. Even Cuba was also in on it for a long time. You have Venezuela. You even had the French at that one time that was against Trump as well. About trying to get rid of that nuclear deal that Obama had made with Iran. All of these things come into play. All of these was your allies, they coming against you. That's why Germany as well. That's why China's trying to find so many different ways on how we can still sell you our products without the terrorists fucking with it. As a matter of fact, I saw an article where it said that it was exposed that I think Japan was buying product. No, they were selling products from China that had a different advertisement on it, or something like that, a different logo, and they were basically trying to surpass. Yeah, they were basically trying to surpass those tariffs. So they're constantly trying to find ways to like get around you, man.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to supplant you, man. All right. So all of these nations who was like confederate with you, all right. All those nations, man, right now they're against you. Matter of fact, start over again.
All right. Verse 6 or verse 7 rather. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
And that border goes back to YAHAWASHI. Okay, right now we are at the brink. A border is the beginning. We are in the beginning of YAHAWASHI, beginning to open those clouds and to also visit the world. For so long time, man, the words inside the Bible has not been able to be deciphered. But the Heavenly Father in these last days has risen up His man to let you know the evils to come. That's why all this is happening in the world, man. All this is happening in the world. But see, people fear what's to come because they don't have faith. If I know the evils to come and I believe in God and He'll save me, let me come see what you're talking about. What I say? So if I do this and if that happens, right, then they really don't believe. All they care about is what their pastor tell them in their church. All them lies and all them, they think they're going to buy themselves their ways into the kingdom of heaven. Proverbs 11:4 says what? Riches profit not in the day of wrath. All right?
Hey, if I could read that, and I want to speak on that because speaking on that prophecy as well too. Verse 7. Can you read that?
It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
I was going to get to that, but when you was getting that?
Yeah, I was just wanting to finish that same thing. That's it.
He never finished it.
Right.
You speak on this.
Come on, finish that one part right there. Yeah.
It says, I start here again. It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Con, speaking on that, like the brother was going into, all the America's allies, all right, starting to turn on them. Looking at Turkey, right? That's you read that, it's like, yo, they laid that snare up under you. Why? Because what? Turkey is one of your allies in NATO, all right? They was giving them the F-35s, but now Turkey trying to buy this S-400 from Russia. So now Turkey is in a beautiful spot because, like, America's like, look, if you get the the S-400, we're gonna take away the F-35s. They stopped the Turkish pilots from training over there in Arizona, trying to put them in a hard spot. So it's just basically like, you got this woman and a man in a relationship, and the woman like, look, if you don't pay me no attention, I'm gonna leave you. But you talking to Mayweather, like, bitch, go ahead and leave if you want to. I don't give a fuck, right? So what happens if Turkey leave, or if America and Turkey break up? Then what? Turkey gonna wind up getting weapons from Russia. Look at geographically where Turkey is on the map, man. We got nothing but nuclear missiles over there in Turkey, B-52 bombers in Turkey. When we was bombing over there in Syria, that's where most of the autumn planes was coming from. So guess what? If America turned Turkey off, they the ones screwed over there because they have less allies. They have a less of a spot for a base to take off. They got to remove their nuclear missiles from over there. The whole fight is in the Middle East. They're not gonna be flying from America all the way over to the other side. Go ahead, brother.
Some of the military planes and stuff, a lot of that stuff is made in Turkey.
Con, I was just gonna say the heads-up display. There's 4 or 5 components from the F-35 plane that's made in Turkey.
That's why they selling them in Turkey. Now I see why.
Well, they also part of allies. But if you want to pull in the plug, you ain't doing nothing but fucking yourself. Because you losing a big-ass base over there. You losing your allies over there. And then what? Russia got the Su-57, which is far superior than your plane.
Right now, America is in a quagmire, and they also in the catch-22. Because you stuck between a rock and a hard place. But the same people who you try to oppose, you also need them.
Right. That's why I say they that eat your bread. You know, you supplying them, you feeding them, but what? They laid that snare. So I mean, if you want to read that again, because you pretty much stuck right there. Because why? If America pull out of Turkey with all their threats, it ain't gonna do nothing but make Turkey better. Turkey gonna buy the Su-57 fighter jet, the S-400s. Then America gonna have a harder time coming to the Middle East, flying their planes over there over Turkey with the S-400s.
Russia not too far from there.
And plus, Turkey trying to make a joint deal with the S-500 and developing that with Russia. So really, Turkey's in a win-win situation. So if you want to read that again, America, fuck, man. So go ahead and pull out. Again, it's like that woman saying, if you don't treat me right, I'm going to leave you. Like, so, bitch, leave. I got 1,000
I got plenty more.
Yeah, I ain't really losing. So America's in that trick bag, man. Go ahead and pull out. There's nothing you can do.
Ultimately, Turkey's part of NATO.
Khan.
So they're going to turn on America regardless if America leaves or not.
Khan.
Because America got
The Horde.
bases all throughout the Middle East.
That's them hating the Horde.
Khan, the Horde gonna hate the beast and burn it with fire.
Verse 7, Obadiah. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
They laid a wound under you. There's no understanding in you. Like, where's the sin? Their brother just said it. How is it that you're going to try to put tariffs on me, but you still need the components to make your F-35 that you are selling to me? But now you upset because I'm buying those S-400s, man, from Russia. Like, where's the sense in that? There is no understanding in you, especially coming from the man of Timon, all right? Coming from the wise man of Edom.
8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahawah, even destroys the wise men of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Right, because it's the scripture that says in the Apocrypha, it says that wickedness is not wisdom or not knowledge. So their wickedness, because what they do is drink. But matter of fact, you give me still over that give me Proverbs 4 and 8. Read that one more time about the shop.
All right.
You got something? Yeah.
8. It says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahawah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding of the mount of Esau?
Understanding of the mount of Esau.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
So they sleep. They can't sleep. They go back to Micah 2 and 1. Esau can't sleep. Okay? Because they, matter of fact, can you give me hold that? Can you give me Micah 2 and 1? I think you can.
You want to help me out? What Micah? Sorry.
Micah 2 and 1. Read that one more time.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
And so their sleep is taken away unless they cause you to fall. So Esau, he can't even sleep at night unless he put a snare up under you. Unless he put you in a trick bag. And I ain't taking this L, man. Fuck it. I'm taking everybody out. That's Esau. Esau lose his job and everything. He found out his wife cheated on him. He'll kill his wife. No, first he'll kill the kid first. Then he'll kill the wife. Then he'll kill himself. Or he'll jump out of a penthouse window. Who the hell commits suicide out of the penthouse window? You lose it. You lose it.
Suicide bombers.
They'll be the first ones. If shit hits the fan over here and they have bombs, they're going to be the first ones doing that shit.
For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. I watched many Hollywood movies, but you see Esau, he's sitting upright in his bed with his glasses on, got a little nightlight on, his woman laying next to him. Honey, when you going to bed? Oh, I gotta finish these last few papers. That's Esau right there. While he laying in bed, he thinking about what can I pass? You know, well, what possibly could I do? What other mission could I bring upon the world? Because it's been given into my hands, Job 9:24. That's how they thinking, man. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Read the verse 17.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, after you go with it, what's going on?
It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
So when you wake up, you be like, breaking news, mandatory, everyone in the United States of America, by 2020, must be implanted with an RFID chip. You best believe that day is coming, man. Because they have the power to do that. Right now in New York, if I'm not mistaken, the whole religion exempt from vaccines? Out the window.
That's done. Yeah.
No, I don't care what your religion is. You have to get vaccinated. They're forcing you into this. They're forcing you into this new world, man. And then they use, the brother Mayom, he showed us a commercial when they had the last fight with Golovkin. I think it was a movie with Tom Cruise. Yeah, it was a split second. They showed him get get inserted with an RFID.
That's during the NBA
game. NBA game. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. Ad Astra. It's a slight moment in the commercial on the promotion where they inserted him. They basically promoting it with all these gods, so to say, or these idols of the world. So that when you come get it, man, can you imagine, bro? Think about it. Let's just say somebody like Boosie, little Boosie, he hurt, he got no money like that. Let Boosie come on Instagram and say, yeah, boy, I got that RFID chip, boy. Yeah, boy, throw them phones up. Everybody in Baton Rouge, man, they be getting their motherfucking hands implanted. Then everybody else, then Future get it, then Usher get it, then Sierra get it, Michael Jordan might get it.
Has to be some sort of incentive.
It has to be an incentive, man.
If I can say about those people that you're talking about, that's really the advertisers for our people, man. You ain't never seen no Gucci commercial, Prada commercial, Rolls Royce commercial, or anything like that. All these drugs, Molly and all that shit. Molly been around, I think they called it ecstasy, MDMA, way back in the day, right? But who is the one advertising? It's the rappers, right? When the rappers come out and start talking about this, now everybody on Molly, everybody on lean. You know what I'm saying? This stuff has been around, but it's until these people start promoting it to you that our people start getting it. So what? When the RFID chip come, they start promoting, yeah, we got the microchip, we can do this and we can do, like the one dude who got the auto-tune in his arm. There's another dude with another little thing in his arm too. I forgot what it was. It's not the auto-tune, it's something different. And I'm like, okay, y'all people getting this shit, and then it's the trends. That's basically the idols for our people that they follow, man. All right, you wouldn't see people getting fake asses till what? Nicki Minaj and them started getting fake asses. You see what I'm saying?
And now they dying for it.
You see what I'm saying? But see, it's our people, or the rappers, like you saying. Once they talk about the RFID chip, hey, everything else today out there pushing, it's all advertised by them, not actually by Gucci and Rolls Royce. They the ones ain't doing it.
I got a piece of it real quick. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Hey, but you right, because back in the day, hey, we gonna get back to it, but y'all brothers agree with the spirit. MLK, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, those are like the leaders of our people. I mean, that's just Southern kid. What about Northern kid? We have Fidel Castro,
Hugo Chavez.
I mean, we can go different routes, you know what I'm saying? But now those leaders are not here anymore. So now who's your leader? Who's your leader?
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
J-Lo? Can't say Mark Anthony.
Hey, I seen
my God,
since you said J-Lo, I seen a picture of her earlier. She got boots on that are basically jeans, so they come up to about the top of the shin, and it looks like her pants are sagging that low. Like it's just jeans, but it's really
denim boots. She had on denim boots.
That should look funny. Watch these hoes start wearing it.
Hey, but that's the same though. We don't have any. You read that one more time, Baba Kasha? No, we don't have any leaders, man.
So Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
And they that are led of them are destroyed. See, that's on the minuscule level. You're entertainers, okay? And then all these prognosticators. But then when you're looking at IUIC, GOCC, HODC, all these other Israelite groups, because somebody has to be the Church of Berea. Somebody has to be the Church of Berea, and that's Great Millstone. And you got other people on the outskirts who may not be a part of Great Millstone that preach the same doctrine. Okay? So remember that the disciple did say, YAHAWASHI, hey, they casting out devils in your name, but they're running out with us. YAHAWASHI was like, so let it be. They're doing the work, right? But then you got the leaders of our people that's telling you, ain't no microchip, it's June. All the information coming out about the microchip. The name of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Anybody that speak that name is wicked. But we always preaching in that same name. And as we preaching in that name, we still standing being bummites, while now you got people in your congregation exposing you, being locked up for fraud and everything like that, robbery.
Yo, shit getting exposed, bro.
It's getting exposed, man. They're not going to show you who the true prophets of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI are, man. Because we can stand here and tell you who Esau Edom is and who the wicked are and what they are doing to entrap you in all that they do. Because on the earth they give it to the hands of the wicked.
Going back to the topic that you was on earlier. This is Mark chapter it just moved.
It's all good.
All right, Mark chapter 3, verse. I'm gonna start at 23. It says he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan?
He said unto them, how can Satan cast out Satan? Right? But that's the spirit though, because if Satan casts out Satan, that kingdom cannot stand. Spirit, go ahead,
Verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and he be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end.
So hold on. If you're enemies with your allies, it's gonna come to an end. Same thing with Turkey and the United States of America.
Ultimately, that Russia against these European nations. And then these European nations coming up against America. You got Edom. Here it is. You Edomites, Esau Edom has control over this whole empire. Y'all all so-called white people. What y'all fight against each other?
Because really, Russia's Edom and NATO's Edom. Yeah, so it's all
that's going to show you the nature of Esau Edom. Like you know, you can continue to rule. You know, according to prophecy, they're gonna, happily. Yeah, they're gonna go out. But I'm just saying, you know, if it wasn't according to prophecy, you can continue to rule. If y'all just all ate together. But Esau Edom is just so greedy that he wanted all. Like, you know, those are the real niggas. Those are the crabs in the bucket.
They're violent. Yeah. I thought about this either last night or Thursday night. I said Esau's so stupid. We have cellular phones. You can make electric cars. You can actually have clean emissions. You can fly everywhere with electric jets. You could do all this if you just came together. But it's like, this is the will of the Heavenly Father. So I'm thinking rationally, like, y'all stupid. But what it said to Obadiah, it said there's no wisdom in it. Like that's foolishness. You have the whole world. You're gonna destroy yourself because you want more. But that's all the one of YAHAWASHI. That's heavy. I thought about that the other day, man.
Revelation chapter 6 says about the red horse that they will fight one against another. So that's why all the world wars have been Edom against Edom. First World War was Edom on Edom crime, right? And you know, of course, the Edoms get involved, you know, but World War II was Edom on Edom. World War III is going to be Edom on Edom. That's right.
So if these Edomites were going off the face of the earth, I think the world would be a much better place. I mean, that's just me. Apparently, it's not just.
Well, the scriptures say in Revelation, you know, Yahushua would not have come, there had been no flesh saved.
Yeah, because this place would have been destroyed.
Esau wanted to destroy himself, and he ruled. That's stupid. You're ruling, and you willing to destroy yourself?
Death and destruction. That's him.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1 again. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power, because it is in the power of their hands."
Right, it's in the powers in their hands, and their power is not in that whip anymore. The power is in the pen. All right, all they gotta do is sign some shit, and that's it for your ass. They can sign you to hire you. They can sign you to fire you.
Even more than that.
They can sign executive orders and all of that.
I was gonna say even more than that. The sanctions. Who the main one putting sanctions on people to make it effects on there?
Those other nations would have tried.
This is Proverbs chapter 4. We read 16. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause them to fall. Verse 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
So they eat the bread of wickedness and they drink the wine of violence. And that's why it said, matter of fact, go to Revelation 17, if I'm not mistaken. They eat that bread of wickedness and they drink the wine of violence. Did not they do the same thing to these other nations? they forced him and they told him to drink this bread. I mean, sorry, to drink this wine, to eat this bread. Right.
Oh, man. Revelation chapter 18, verse 1 says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils."
Right, so this is becoming the habitation of devils. Devils are liars and deceivers. Because when the Edomites came here, the Puritans, because this land was inhabited by the Native Americans, they came with Christianity. They came with the Bible. And they didn't know how to cultivate the land. They didn't know how to feed themselves. They didn't know how to wash their ass. The Native Americans showed them that. And what did they do after they showed them that? They killed them. They stabbed them in the back. That's why when the Europeans came to this land, the Native Americans said they are forked tongues. What is a forked tongue? What has a forked tongue on the planet? A snake. A snake. They said don't trust those red men. They are snakes. How you gonna make over 100-something treaties and then break them all and then force us on the reservations? That's the devil for you, man. And then enforce them to take on their society. You can't speak broken Hebrew anymore. You have to speak English now. You have to speak Spanish. You have to speak French. It doesn't matter if they say, "Oh, my people was born in France." Who the hell you think got the people in Haiti speaking Creole? The French. Who you think got the people in Central, South America, and Mexico speaking Spanish? The Spaniards, the same people from Europe. Why do you think we speak English? Because the Englishmen that came from Europe, they all the same people. I don't care what language you speak. They're like these brothers speak English, they speak Spanish, I speak English, and still brothers to the Israelites. Like they Edomites.
But then they'll tell us, like, hey, go back or learn the language over here. Like, but our people weren't even speaking this Spanish. Y'all gave us Spanish. Now you mad about it.
The English is a bastard language. I didn't say that. Bastard means fraud. But English is made up. It derives from the Latin, the Greek, and the Hebrew. It's not original. It's never supposed to happen. It's never supposed to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Revelation 18, verse 2.
We were forced to speak English.
18, verse 2, Revelation. "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird."
And the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's a miracle. Here it is. Oh, your women can drive cars now in Saudi Arabia. Oh, here it is. You can be a homosexual if you want to in your own country. Oh, here it is. If you're going to sell your own exports, you got to use my money. Oh, here it is. If you want to, the woman will have to obey her man. The children can be out of order. You can eat kosher pork. I don't forget how kosher pork is unclean. That's what the devil does, man. They tell you everything you're supposed to do contrary to the Bible. Every president sworn in on the Bible and don't uphold no laws in the Bible. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have the amendments. And them devils change it every time they're ready to.
And they have a whole library. It's called the Library of Congress.
The Library of Congress.
We have a book. They have a whole library.
The whole library. That's what you said. Eustace Mullins, he used to go into that library and read. You know what I'm talking about? That's some shaking your head. Come on. In the whole library. Matter of fact, Eustace Mullins even, I'm gonna get out too much. Eustace Mullins said he asked somebody in the Congress library how far back they books go. They said about 6,000-7,000 years. I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead. Oh, you got something to say? Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. This is Nahum chapter 1, or chapter 3. I'll go to Nahum. No. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. "Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlots, the mistress of witchcrafts,
that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
It selleth nations through her whoredoms, man. I'm gonna make a deal with you. I'll make a deal with you. I'll make a deal with you. But if I make a deal with you that can actually undermine them, I'll do it. That's how they feel.
The mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, thus saith YAHAWAH of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
He said, I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. That's why when the Rockefeller said the internet should have never been created. Because what it does, it exposes all your wickedness. Okay? Just like they try and change the word slave out of the books in the educational system. They're going to call us indentured service now. You know? Trying to be slick.
Then they got caught and I had to change it back.
They was gonna let that shit slide.
I remember I had asked my nephew a while back, probably a year ago, I said, do they teach about slavery and how what happened to the Indians? They were like, yeah. I said, well, what can you tell me? They said, well, we didn't really learn too much about it. So that's the devil for you, man. They'll just say, oh yeah, slavery happened and the Indians, they lived here, and then they'll go right on to Abraham Lincoln, and they'll go right to the Edomites, man.
It'll be U.S. history. At the beginning of the year, they started chapter 5. They don't even start at chapter 4.
When I was in school, man, about a quarter of the year, we were talking about slavery and genocide of Native Americans. They don't talk about that no more. They're trying to ease off of that. Now the internet's in there, and now you're gonna get Jake out there looking stuff on the internet. Oh shit, trying to study. And then they're gonna find out how devilish y'all really are.
That's why the skirts are spread. The skirts being lifted up and the shames being uncovered. Because what? Now you can get a better education online through the internet, like we did. You know, then you go to these theologian schools and universities. You know, all these colleges. It's all a ripoff.
As a matter of fact, you found out it was all a scandal. You actually had parents paying the professors to get their children to school. So a lot of Americans are idiots. They don't know anything.
Yeah, these kids that go to Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, all these prestige colleges, man, they pay to get in there. It's not for bronze and brains, man. Because even though token niggas get in there every now and then, but for the most part, it's these rich Edomite kids, which are like George Bush, just a bunch of alcoholics and drug addicts.
Okay.
Hey, if I can speak on their skirt being lifted up in that shame, you got America talking about they the #1 country for humanitarian aid and helping everybody out, being morally correct and everything like that. But what now? The history coming back out like y'all talking about slavery, man. You over here talking about going in Syria because you have Bashar al-Assad starving his people out, but at the same time, what? Donald Trump had the government shut down here, so people weren't getting their checks. All right, so what? You being exposed left and right for all the same stuff that you accusing everybody else of doing.
Yeah, and the main thing that stopped America from actually invading Syria on a whole nother level with that thing about Bashar al-Assad was another thing they were trying to say was, Bashar al-Assad is killing them with chemical attacks. Yep. You know, attacking them with chemical attacks. But what? The internet exposed that to be a lie. So they couldn't, and then Russia stepped in, but they couldn't fulfill what they wanted to do. So now the elite are saying they're strong because that was a slap to the face to America, man. Here it is, they're talking about beating ISIS and this and that. But what? They had to stop, man, because Russia stepped in because the internet exposed that shit to be a lie, man.
And exposing them, they was exposing that chemical attack before it even happened. And Russia was coming out like they planned on this chemical attack. They talking about they finna do this and that. So when they was out there, everybody was already ready with their phones, like, yo, here it is, right here. Iniquity.
All right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, con.
Being exposed to it, all right? Cameras. Everybody got a damn phone. As soon as something happened, like right there.
Alternative news media. Now, not America just got news stations. Everybody got news stations, man. And more importantly, online, man. On the line, all right. Like the line is going out. Like Psalms 19. Is that what you getting?
Yo.
This is Psalms chapter 19, verse.
Oh shit.
Says Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth His handiwork.
That's right. So the heavens, all right, the heavens, okay, and the signal goes up. Mm-hmm. Just one. And you got that feed horn on the satellites down here. Okay. You know what it is? Unicorn. You bring that up. You can read that.
And the firmament showeth his handiwork. Because again, that's where that signal comes down from. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Right. So the internet, all right. You can go. You can.
Night unto night showeth knowledge.
It shows knowledge. There it goes. Yep. It shows knowledge. So what knowledge are you getting from the internet? You're getting the knowledge of, you're getting the truth. Not necessarily the truth of the Bible, but you're getting the truth for Esau's wicked ways. All right, just like they was going into. All right, you can see you go online, for about an hour, you understand that 9/11, Pearl Harbor, all that shit was an inside goddamn job.
Yeah, you can see all these videos exposing this, exposing that. Exposing the Catholic Church.
Going in on Monsanto, your food is goddamn fake. You go online, you figure all that stuff out. Or you could go online, you can look up this folly and wickedness, which is what the majority of people do. They'll go online and look up cat videos for about 2 hours of the day.
Or fight videos.
Fight videos, street fighting, brawling. Yeah, War Star shit. You can even go on War Star and you can find some truth on that bitch.
They be showing Dr. Sebi on there.
Yeah, this knowledge on there too. If you know how to whistleblowers, because Jake would put it up on there. If you know how to wield the internet, flip through it the proper way, you can find some real truth. Okay. And I'll read that again.
Verse 2. Day unto day uttereth speech,
right,
and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Go ahead.
There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
I remember the brothers in San Fran, like the damn sun was out. It's dark over here, but the sun was out over there. So day after day, night after night. This word is never stopping, man.
Yeah, we're sleeping in the bed at 2 in the morning, but then you got the brothers over there in London, Germany, Holland, taking off, man. You wake up, you might wake up at 2 in the morning, you look at your phone, you get a notification from those bros out there going live.
Not only that, I was gonna say some brothers even here have different work schedules. I remember when I used to work the late work schedule. I think the brother Quan work at night, the brother AHBAD work at night, and they could be at work listening to videos or uploading videos while everybody else is asleep, man.
I'll be in bed. I'll look and turn on my notification. I see Quan got a live stream going on, and I see AHBAD got a live stream going on at like 1 in the morning. I'm about to sleep. They're up. So they was say day in the day, night in the night. Read 3 again, verse 3.
There is no speech nor language where the voice is not heard.
There's no speech or language where the voice is not heard. Okay.
You got brothers in London does the word in Latin. Brothers in Holland do the word in Spanish, French, Dutch, sign language. All right. You got brothers in Suriname that do the word. All right. You got brothers.
Creole. You got in Miami doing Creole.
Yep. You got brothers in Puerto Rico doing videos in Spanish, brothers in Mexico, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia.
I seen a brother, it may have been a year or 2 ago, there was a brother out in Thailand, he was doing it in his language. Yep. I remember that. And there's a brother out in the Philippines, he was doing it in Tagalog.
Yep, the brother in Germany does it in German as well. He does videos in German.
I was gonna say there's a YouTube app, the YT Studio app, that'll show you where your views are going out at. I was trying to bring up mine. Here's mine right here. Now, here in America, it says 87% of my views come from the United States, 2.1 in the United Kingdom, 0.4 Canada, Trinidad, Tobago, 0.1, and 10% in other places. So, I mean, hey, that's all around the world. We ain't went nowhere. We're not translated to nowhere, but people can take our videos, translate them themselves, or use a closed caption.
Exactly, because YouTube put that out now.
They
subtitles. I remember one of our old channels. I remember going into that demographics, and one of the countries was like Uzbekistan or something.
Yeah. Pakistan, Iran. I'm like, who the fuck's watching this over there? Hey, but not only that, they can take your videos on that same app. They'll tell you people are taking your videos and uploading them through like Facebook and things like that too, man. So, hey, man, this is work going on. You can't stop it, man.
This is that great feast that the Lord has prepared. When the Lord speaks of that great feast, this is that feast, man. All right, come ye, buy without money. All right.
This is now in verse 4. their line is going out through all the earth. And is the internet not called going online? You know? You're on the line.
Remember AOL?
America Online.
Exactly.
You had to go
America
through
Online.
the phone lines. Shit. But now it's digital lines. All right, now you can email videos, you can text videos. The same video that's going out live right now is connected to millions of people around the earth, man. Billions of people.
You can live stream with millions of people, and you can FaceTime with somebody in China. While it's nighttime over there, you can be bright daylight over here and be doing, communicating with them. Let me bring out this real quick.
Hey, real quick, what do they say when you don't have no signal, you on the internet? Offline, right?
You're offline, you're not connected to the people.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Matthew 24.
It's Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So that word is going to preach. The gospel is going to be preached on all four corners of the globe. Okay? Or the plane, or the flat earth.
The apostles never left America, man. The elder apostles have never left America, man.
Yeah,
maybe to Mexico back in the 80s and 90s, but they didn't go set up camps in London, set up camps in Germany, and so on.
But what happened though? Men from other countries came to the apostles. You had men from London come visit the apostles in New York.
But they didn't come on vacation and find the truth.
It was online. There's a couple brothers that's in camps now. I believe, not brother Malcolm, but I believe out there in that camp where one of the brothers came from Japan. Yeah, he was out in Japan, I think, in the service.
That's the brother Barack.
He was out in like the military or something in Japan and wound up coming across the truth, on the internet,
The internet that's how I got it.
Most of the brothers here got it online,
Yeah.
Through the internet, all right, and that gospel has been preached through all four corners of the globe. That prophecy has come to pass. Okay, that actually came to pass. And that's in Matthew 24. Yeah, that's in Matthew 24. That's the end time chapter. Okay, that's a heavy thing. Read the line again.
Psalms 19 and verse 4, their line is going out through all the earth,
right,
and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun.
That wisdom, baby.
That's where you find this truth, man, out on the internet. Right? That's that tabernacle for the sun, man. That wisdom.
That's the chief platform for this truth.
And it's symbolic for the marketplace, man. Because you can go online and buy shit. It's an agora. The online is an agora as well, man. It's the highways. Don't they call it the internet road or internet highway or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
They call it the highways. Exactly. So not only do people come across the truth out here on the highways and hedges, physically, hey, on the line too, man. It's just information. There we go. That's the information highway, man. They got to speed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And not just that, but going into what you're saying, that's where we go for any and everything nowadays. That's why all the malls are closing down. Walmart's ain't building no more stores because everybody's shopping online. All right? Nobody going into the libraries and looking up stuff in the libraries no more. They just go online and YouTube it, Google it.
Exactly. That's why the stores are closing. That's why the apostles, they're going to random spots now because, like they said, all the viewers are online, man. That's the modern day marketplace is online, man.
That's what it
is.
Look,
what happens when you're watching a video? Advertisements pop up, man. Trying to sell you shit, man. That's what happens in the marketplace, man. They trying to sell you shit.
Hey, man, that's why you look at the movies back like these old movies that talk about the future and shit. This is what the times they're living. You literally can do everything at your house, man. You can work from your damn house if you want to. You can find yourself a woman nowadays, man.
You got a computer in your pocket. You got a computer more powerful than a space shuttle in your pocket.
What is the black market? It's online, man. The black market is online.
Yeah, dark web, all that shit. Dark web. Black market. It's everything you can. You just got to have a connection. You got that. You got that word too. Cord or line.
I believe it's YAHAWAH. Right? YAHAWAH. And the word there is cord. Alright? Which is life. cord means connected.
What do little kids do when they play with those paper cups? You know, they talk to each other. They're supposed to hear each other, but it's connected through a cord. You know, cups.
The point is connected. All right. So we're connected to the elect over there in Australia. Okay, because there's a camp in Australia. We're connected to them through this truth, through the internet. Okay, because they're doing the same thing we're doing over there.
What does the cord do? It sends that nutrients just like an umbilical cord. It gives you that nutrients, man. And that's if you can use the internet for bad, but you can use the internet for good. You get that nutrients, man.
And what Esau is trying to do with this line, with this internet, is control it so that when he brings out this mark of the beast, he'll program the people. He'll make you know what to. Tell you what to think. He'll tell you what to eat. He'll do all that through the internet and take the truth out of this word.
Because what he's using it to put spells on it. All right, and I mean, you're still you're a zombie. You know, you're good. You're useless. Yeah. Okay, you got that.
This is Job, chapter 39, verse 9. You want to see what this guy is?
Yeah, actually, come in, please.
You can listen. You can listen. All right, go ahead.
Read out the word about it.
It's Job 39, verse 9. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib?
Read that from the top again.
Job 39, verse 9. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee?
And I'm going to pull up a picture to show you what that unicorn is talking about.
You had it.
Oh, you had it?
No, but let me
Hold on, go ahead.
He's the one that I see it. The biggest one on the planet. Puerto Rico. Yeah.
And it actually says
And you can break that down. A lot of people they think they hear the word unicorn, they think of a mythical beast. All right? That's not really what it's talking about in this situation right here.
Yeah, pretty much the Bible encompasses everything, man. The Bible talks about everything. Things that you see today, like the internet, satellites, nuclear missiles, that was all talked about thousands of years ago, man. Yeah, that's the one. Did it on the campaign.
I'll go to. All right, and read that scripture again, and you can break it down.
Job 39, verse 9. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee?
Hey, brother, speak up a little louder.
Closer.
Yeah, bring it up.
Job 39, verse 9. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee?
And what does a unicorn have? They have that little one horn sticking out the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that picture that brothers were just seeing on the internet was what? A picture of a satellite, man. And what does the satellite have in the middle of the dish? It's a unicorn, man. It's a horn. You know, that's. Go read that again from the top.
It says, Job 39, verse 9. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib?
Is that in there?
No, I'm saying that's what the term,
Okay.
the technical term is called a feed on the satellite.
Yeah, that's that unicorn, man. Right? That's what that unicorn is talking about. The satellite sending out those sending out those signals to connect to satellites to send it to your house, man, or your phone, or your TV, or whatever.
Right, and when you read what feed horn is, this is from the internet, from Wikipedia. It says, in parabolic antennas, such as satellite dishes, a feed horn is a small horn antenna used to convey radio waves between the transmitter and or receiver and the parabolic reflector. So that is to convey what? Information. Okay, waves. Because in the waves is what? It holds the information. Okay?
And that thing, to go back to the topic, that's how Esau Edom is being exposed. Through the unicorn, man, which is this internet, man, coming out of the, like you were saying.
Information. And that's why it's called the information age, man. Because all these satellites, like you got thousands of satellites in the space, man. And all these satellites out here, they that's what they connect with. All right, so let me bring is that you on that?
Any more juice there?
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead.
Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in fury, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? That's the point. Will thou trust him because his strength is great? Or will thou leave thy labor unto him? Labor to him. And we do. We put up the video, we trust that video is going to be uploaded. And it does all the labor for us. You know, because we only making this video one time, but somebody can replay it over and over and over.
That's why the apostles,
doing the labor, they're doing the heavy lifting for us.
yeah, that's why the apostles have been saying, man, the internet is doing all this work. You know, that's why it's.
And think about it. All you got to do is type in a title, hit submit or whatever, walk away, come back, and it's finished for you. You ain't do
You
nothing.
got 2-3 views already. You didn't even know. You know. Go ahead.
So it says, without trust him, because his strength is great. Without leave thy labor to him. Right? It says, this is a good one. It says, without believe him, that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn.
That's what the internet's doing. It's gathering the elect, man. Through the internet, the elect of the Heavenly Father is getting gathered, man. Well, that's all we got to do is come out here week in and week out and put these videos online, man. And who knows, man, people probably download them videos, put them on Facebook. These people taking pictures and videos of coming by here, they're helping us out, and they don't even know it. They think they're being the funny guys, right? But really, they're helping the ministry out. You know?
Just like the brother said, when you look at the YouTube studio thing, it can tell you that, okay, this was shared on social media. Yeah, you know, it tells you, it's like you can see, all right, man, this is actually getting out. All right, it could be to try to defame us, or it could be people who are actually edified and trying to edify people, other people through the word. Okay, either way, all we did, we put this up one time, and then men across the world, women too.
Regardless, you're helping spread the word.
Yeah.
Like they like to say that in the celebrities sphere or whatever. No publicity is bad publicity, man. So you know, hey, spread the word. Help us spread the word. Do your job. Because even if you're a scoffer and you want to scoff on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, guess what? Somebody might wake up. Check out Wallace Wynn on World Star, man. He woke people up from the videos, man. The compilations he did. All right.
The boy from New York, he woke up like that. Rochester kid.
I got a quick precept. Speaking on how you saying about the shares and stuff, this is Habakkuk 2:2. It says, Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So what? We doing the hard work, doing the videos and uploading it, and what? Like I said, on that YouTube app, you can see, again, people take your videos and upload them to other places, man. Man, I get plenty of views off of Facebook, don't even have Facebook, but somebody's taking that video, it's easy now. They got a share button, they can download the video and re-upload the video. So they don't have to go and find all these precepts, man, because why? All the precepts are being brought out on the camera. All you have to do is watch the video, and instead of trying to retain all that information to tell somebody else, you can just hit the share button and send it to a friend, man. You come across us and you find out, oh, you're an Israelite, and you can only remember Deuteronomy 28 and 68. You know what? You got a video. You be like, hold on, let me send you the video real quick. You know, and you don't have to sit there and break it all down to them. So this is being made easy that you can easily send it back out on the internet, man.
Going back, I'll go back to that name.
Hold that name. Let me get this real quick. Just to kind of drop on something that he said, because when this word that goes out, again, people are going to try to defame us by you know, putting it up there and making fun of us or whatever. But guess what? You're still not hurting this thing. Whatever you get.
This is 2 Corinthians 13. I'm gonna start at 7. Now I prayed to the Most High.
Hold on, let me get it. 2 Corinthians 13 and 7.
Now I pray to the Most High that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Nothing out here that's being done regarding this truth, you can't do nothing against it. Okay? Even if you was in this thing, and then you got a problem with it, and now you fell out, and now you're trying to expose the Hebrew Israelites, well, guess what you're doing? You're actually doing the work of YAHAWASHI. And you're actually waking people up through your scoffing. And we've seen it happen over and over again. The Avengers, they've woken people up. That Wallace Wynn-cat, yeah, he woke people up. The most hateful group in America. What you try to do to those brothers out there?
The news, the little Edomite boy, what was that? The Covington High School kids, they tried to demonize us with that, and all of a sudden they had to back up off that story.
Yep. Yeah, because the HAWASHI stuff was coming out, and they're like, oh, now people are starting to.
Really, it was because of Great Millstone, because we were the ones going in onto all that coverage. Every time somebody typed in Covington High School, a Great Millstone video would pop up.
Hell yeah.
So they had to back up. You know, they had a wave the white flag on that battle.
Yeah, can't do nothing against the truth. Because guess what? I'll now read Acts 5 real quick. And then we can go back to the other lesson.
Acts 5, and I'm going to start at 38. It says, now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone.
Yeah, leave them alone. Because what? They was trying to mess with the prophets. They were trying to mess with the what you call it? The disciples. Yeah. All right. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Because you're not doing. You can't. Well, it's gonna read on.
It says, from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will be. It's like it will come to naught.
Read that part again.
Right. It says, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
If this counsel or this work be of men, it would have come to zero. All right. But you see that this thing has been out here for many decades. Okay. It hasn't been stopped. Okay. Just all that Black Power stuff, all that shit stopped. Okay. All that Black Lives Matter thing, that don't got no energy in it. Because it's not of the most. It's of men. I'll say it like that. It's of men. Okay. All that back to Africa shit from the early '90s.
Farrakhan.
All that Farrakhan, that Nation of Islam, that shit is dying off. That 5% of shit. Okay. That's of men. Christianity. That's of men. That's of men. That's a doctrine. That's a doctrine of men. All right. That's not biblical. The stuff that they teach in the Christian churches. That's not biblical. All right. That's of men. However, go ahead.
But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Read it again.
Acts chapter 5, verse 39. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it.
If it be of the Most High, you, nobody, no human, no mammal can overthrow it. Okay? And it's made clear that this, what you see up here is of the Heavenly Father, Most High. We honestly believe that. Because we can prove it through the Bible. And read it. Keep reading.
But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it.
Right.
Lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to fight against the Heavenly Father. You're trying to fight against an unseen entity. You're trying to fight against the architect of the universe. All right? That's a no. Okay? You're gonna lose that fight every time. You're gonna lose that fight. The Most High made you. So you're gonna try to fight against your maker? You're gonna lose that fight.
Say who has resisted his will?
Who? Okay, who? Not a soul. Okay? So we're out here, we telling you that these prophecies are speaking right now. Okay? The whole time we've been up here, we've been going into deep prophecy. All right? About what's gonna happen to what we call America, what's going on across seas. All right? And that's all of the Heavenly Father. Okay? He's the architect of the whole, he's the orchestrator. Okay? He has both sides, the left and the right. Okay? Satan works for the Heavenly Father. If you didn't know that.
Isaiah 45:7.
The Heavenly Father has everybody in the trick bag. All right? You think you're doing something against the truth? See, that's what that is, right? Yeah. Who got something? You getting that, or you?
I got something.
Yeah, you get that real quick. It was on this spirit, so get that.
No, I don't got what I have, but I have something for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It says, Romans 9 verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that thou repliest against the Most High?
Who is thou that thou repliest against the Most High? Who are you? Go ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Yeah. So it's gonna go into the pot and potter. Yeah, read it.
Verse 21. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So like you could take clay, you could form it into a beautiful vase, all right, and you can put some gorgeous flowers in it, and you could take the same lump from the clay from the same lump that you made the vase, and you can make a damn toilet. All right, which you can use to piss it, to shit it. Can you not? So what? The toilet is gonna say to the molder, why you make me a toilet?
Why you want me to get shit on?
Yeah, like, yo, can you change? Yo, No, I don't want to be a toilet. I want to be a vase.
It's like a kid talking back to you.
Yeah, like you gonna suck.
You are what you are.
Your parent, let your child say, "Who the hell are you?"
And hey, that's
Tell me what to do.
And that's because of that Christianity. Come as you are. Except homosexuals and lesbians. Like, no, the Lord made you a woman. So for you to go get a rod implanted, or you a man to get your private member cut off and into a vagina, that's off, man. The Lord made you as a man. You know, you don't have no right to say, oh, I want to be a woman. You know, that's the potter in the vessel.
You didn't have a choice. You know? There is no choice. And if you're trying to do that, and you do that, you're going against the Heavenly Father. You're trying to fight against the Heavenly Father. Okay? The Most High ain't dealing with LGBT. Okay? He's going to destroy that.
Hey, it's
oh, yeah.
And last night I just did a video on a Tennessee. I did a video on a Tennessee detective preacher that said that he said that all LGBT community people are worthy of death.
What is it?
It was in Tennessee. He's a detective and a pastor at this church. It's called All Scripture Baptist Church, if I'm not mistaken, in Tennessee. And he said that the government has the authority to gather them up, give them trial, and put them to death.
Well, didn't they say this is the Bible, the America
God-fearing country?
God, it's a God-fearing country that what president was it? Ronald Reagan that said something about that.
This is the year of the Bible, 1989.
The Lord of the Land, God. Hey, that's from the president's mouth. Okay, you know.
And the founding fathers was Christians, right?
So-called.
Christians.
So-called.
Oh, you have it up. You have it up. Good job. Yeah.
Hey, I got a precept to go with that, though. This is to go with what the brother just read, Romans chapter 9. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 7. For the potter, tempering soft earth, fashioneth it for the potter, tempering soft earth, fashioneth every vessel with much labor for our service. Yea, of the same clay he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge.
See that? So he'll make one for honor and one for dishonor, just like the brother right there. All right?
It's up to the judge. It's up to the potter, baby.
All right? And that goes to...
So like, it's not up to the pot or the vessel itself. It's up to whoever made it, man.
And that's why it says he changes the faces of judges thereof. All right? And that's the judge. The main judge is who? YAHWAH, the Most High.
Oh, yeah. If I may add too, the scripture says that they say, who is this that has power to forgive sins on earth and now holding back the waters too? I'm talking about YAHAWASHI. Because he has power to forgive sins on earth, which is the judge. Right. You know what? I'm not going to give you probation. I'm not going to give you any jail time. You know what? You're free to go this time. Just don't do it again. Same thing with YAHWASHI. He's the ultimate judge. We're just judges under him.
And that's why they hated him, because they couldn't understand that. Yeah. That's why he would say, if thou can receive it.
If thou can't receive it, exactly. Spiritual.
So that goes to show you that not everybody's meant to receive this word.
It's for a select few.
It tells you that in John the 14th chapter. It says even the spirit of truth, which the world cannot receive.
It says it clearly, yeah.
It clearly says that. So everybody, how you have millions of people that claim to be Christians, but they don't know shit about prophecy. Why are you holding the book?
Hey, that's why we don't feel the type of way when people don't believe.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just fortunate that I do. That's you're right, brother.
Yeah,
that's
you're making our chances better.
Exactly.
If you don't believe, you're just making our chances for salvation better. Thumbs up.
Yeah, good job.
Hey, 2 thumbs. Way up.
Yeah, it's only 12,085, so bless y'all.
I got another.
Hey, I got some.
All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 5. Let's start at 5.
Jeremiah 18 and 5? Jeremiah 18 and 5.
Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 5. Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? So let me start at the top so we can get the whole understanding. Jeremiah 18 and 1. The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord Yahweh, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and beheld, he wrought a work on the wheels.
That's how the potter works. You know, he's turning that wheel with his feet, so he can, you know, if you ever seen potters make the clay pots and whatnot, that's how they do it. Verse 4, and the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel as seemed good to the potter to make it. Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith Yahweh? Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in mine hand, O house of Israel.
That's going to go back to vessels on the honor and dishonor. You got something?
I got one more verse. Verse 7. At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy it.
I was going to say one thing too. Like the way America's been fashioned, it's been fashioned by the Heavenly Father. It says Job not to the for the earth been given to the hands of the wicked. So the wicked fashioned the society the way they wanted to, not according to the Bible, but according to everything that's contrary to the Bible. And a prime example of that would be the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg.
Right.
All right. When she was sitting there as the potter, she was able to mold that the way she wanted to. It's the same way the Most High molded the nation of Israel to be the righteous and the nation of Edom to be the wicked.
Like you said, it was given into the hand of the wicked. By who? By the Heavenly Father. All right. He wanted that to happen. All right, for his purpose. And we're in that time now. Go ahead.
I'll read that again. It's Jeremiah 18, verse 7. At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy it. Verse 8. If that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent for the evil that I have thought to do unto them.
The Lord said you repent from the evil you have done unto them.
I'm about the nation of Israel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That's his creation. He can do whatever he wants.
And that's his favorite creation. Right. That's his top creation. All right. And he has it in a situation right now, but ultimately, the nation of Israel is going to be pulled out of that matter because actually that's the vessel of honor. All right. Now go back into. Oh, you had a script, right?
Yeah, just real quick. Isaiah 29 and 16. Going back to Esau and how he's being exposed. This is one of the things that he's being exposed for. It's Isaiah 29 verse 16. Isaiah 29 verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yeah, because Esau, Edom, all right, who's the one that's ruling the earth right now, has what? He had turned everything upside down. Upside down from what? From what's true in the Holy Bible.
Yeah, because now science has these people that are calling themselves homosexuals, believing that they were born like that, man. That's how you are.
And it said the potter's clay because what? Read that again, Baba.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yep, because what? The Lord allowed Esau to make himself esteemed. And what he originally made esteemed, which was the potter's clay, his creation, he made it, he flipped it. All right, well, like the brother was reading in Romans 9, one for honor and one for dishonor. And that's flipped. Now the vessel that was for dishonor is looked at as for honor, and the vessel that was for honor is looked at as for dishonor, man.
And you go into 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and he talks about how he's seeing himself as God. Okay? You know, he thinks he's the cream of the crop. Top of top. Go ahead.
This was talking about our people originally. This is talking about Israel, like the brother said. Now it's flipped.
Turn upside down. Right side up.
Now Esau is the one who's looking for this son. That's why the scripture says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of his father.
If I can speak on that real quick about the potter situation, it's like in modern days today, you got a writer or a director of a movie or the script writer. He made the bad guy gonna do this and that, and let's say the Batman movie, right? He made the Batman to be the good guy, and he made the Joker to be the bad guy. Well, you can't be watching the movie. Well, why the Joker got to be the bad guy? How come the Joker couldn't win it? Well, the writer of the movie created this movie to be like that, man. He gave him all the characteristics of the stuff that he was going to do. You want to go your way, you go create your own script, your own movie. But since none of us got that power, you just got to play your role, man. And you can't be mad that you the bad guy. We was in captivity for the whole time, man.
So to finish the scripture off, it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Yeah, like you don't tell the Lord, you know what you was doing when you made me a man.
You imagine that shit, you hang up a picture at your house and the picture say, hey nigga, you put me in the right place.
Like what the fuck? And then your punk ass will go ahead and move it and ask you, oh, I was no.
Hey, but that's what they say. When you talking about the homosexual stuff, right?
Right.
Why was I born a man when I was supposed to be born a woman?
And
That's
again,
really what they're
just to
saying.
clear something up, we're not inciting no hate or violence against these people, man. We're just reading the Bible, okay? And the Bible is telling you very, very clear that that's illegal, okay? And there's a judgment for it, all right? We're just the messengers. That's all we're doing is reading the scripture, just to clear that up, okay? So if you have a problem about how you were made, you was born a woman, but now you want to be a man, well, guess what? The Lord, that's against the law. You're in no authority to question how the Lord made you, okay? You can't do that, okay? It's tough luck. That's what you are, and now you have to make the best out of it. That's the light you was given. You try to change it, that's when bad things happen. You see it? You didn't see it?
How you not?
You didn't see the bus?
Not only that, he literally walked from behind y'all through the grass right beside Ash, facing this way, and then we should have just let him catch that judgment. Fuck it.
It's the state of our people, bro.
Should have just let him catch that damn judgment.
But back to the fact of the matter. You had that. Oh, you finished that, right? Yeah, go back and learn what you had to know.
Yeah.
Okay, copy.
You want to be on your cell phone and shit, you should have caught that damn judgment.
Yeah, just get the point. Yep, call it again.
Probably high on some shit.
Romans 9 verse 20.
Romans 9 and 20. Romans 9 and 20. Okay.
Romans 9 and 20, yeah. It says, nay, but O man, who art thou that thou who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Yeah, why hast thou made me thus? Are you going to really ask the Lord why you made me like this? Okay, you really got to ask yourself, are you going to question the Most High and His will? Go ahead.
Verse 21. Has not the potter power over the clay?
Yes, of course the potter has power over the clay. Wouldn't that be kind of weird if the clay had more power than the potter? That he fight with the clay? Clay is like eating your hand up and trying to form. No, like that's way out of order. Okay, yeah, exactly. It's madness. All right. No, it's not going to happen like that. You have the potter has power over the clay. The clay is an anatomy. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Okay, so is the clay going to ask the potter, why did you make me into a coffee cup? No, it's not. It's just going to accept the fact that it's a coffee cup and do its job because it has no choice. All right? You're going to pour coffee into it and you're going to drink out of it. And that's what's going to happen. Okay? We might pour water. We might put tea in it. All right? Either way, you're supposed to hold beverages. Okay?
A man can be a TV.
As much as it wants to.
I want to be a TV. Like, yo, you don't have the right material. You wasn't made to be a fucking TV.
You don't have the wiring for that. You don't have the wiring. Like, you don't have a wiring for a woman to be a woman that can give birth babies. You don't get the wiring for that. So you, right. And that even goes back into 1 Corinthians chapter 12, where it talks about our duty. Yeah, our body. Yeah. Okay. Is the eye gonna be like, yo, why am I the eye? I'm trying to be the ear too. No. All right. You can't question the Lord on why the Lord made you the eye or why He made you the foot. Go ahead. Yeah, I know there's more.
This is Isaiah 55 verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahawah.
There it is. My thoughts are not your thoughts. This is the Lord. This is God speaking. He's saying my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. It's on two completely different frequencies. Okay? You can't understand the Lord, the Heavenly Father's way of thinking. Okay? And to even call it a way of thinking, that's probably doing it a disservice. Okay? The Lord thinking, like I don't even know if the Lord even thinks. The Lord just is. He is. Okay?
That's what His name is.
Yeah.
Let me finish this real quick. Verse 9, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Clear cut. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. Man's goings are of the Lord. Sorry. Man's goings, all right, us as human beings here on the earth, all right, especially the Israelites, even you wicked other nations out there as well too, your goings are of the Lord. The Lord is someone you can get the direct steps one too. Yeah, get the direct steps one. Read that again.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
You really can't, you know. I don't know why I went left instead of right. All right, something has told me, yo, let me turn left today. You know, maybe I avoided a huge accident, or maybe maybe something's gonna happen 3 days later. If I didn't turn left, it wouldn't have happened. You know, the Lord direct, and you don't get it. The Lord.
I was just gonna say, and that goes for Esau too, man. And that's why, like the brother Dawud earlier said, I don't know why did the Most High. They don't understand why they can't change the way things are, man. That's why they have to come up with all these different methods to just ruin the world, because they can't stand the fact the way the Most High made the things, the ways he
God bless every one of y'all.
Thank you. All right. And that's the thing. And these in Esau, the one that rules the world, he's using all types of witchcrafts and
trying to change shit up, man.
Yeah, and he's getting the world, everybody who's underneath Esau, they're getting them under their spell.
The Lord said it's going to take this long to make this vegetable rise. Esau did this and created GMOs. It's going to take this long to make the chicken be edible. Esau do it in 3 weeks. So he's a devil.
Oh, and you can be a woman. You can, a man can be a woman. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. That's not in the Bible. Do whatever you want. Be you. Be the best you. What the hell does that even mean?
It only goes to Esau want to be the Most High.
Yeah, going back into that 2 Thessalonians.
You ain't. Hey, that's beautiful, right? We speaking about can the potter speak to the the vessel speak to the potter? That's what Esau's saying. Like, hold on, you did this wrong.
That's exactly what he's saying.
That's what Esau's doing. Like, he's clearly fulfilling that scripture. Like, no, that's not the way shit's supposed to be made. This is how it's like.
And he's getting the world, and the world is believing him. That's the thing. The world believes him.
Yeah,
that's like a plumber comes to your house. You don't know shit about plumbing. But now you're trying to tell the veteran plumber how to fucking fix it. I'm talking now, wait, don't do that. Wait a minute, man. Hold on.
You called me here.
I don't know shit about rocket science, so I'm not gonna go to an engineer and be like, and try to tell the man how to do it. If he's telling me that the flux capacitor got to be on this side, I believe him. All right, that's his thing.
And that's the thing. It's an order has already been set up. You know what I mean? The Creator has put this here before your pale ass, your red ass got here.
This is the blueprint. Yeah. Now you're trying to tell the architecture that the blueprints are wrong?
Crumble it all up, throw it down. No, this is how it's supposed to be. Queen James.
Hey, but that's judgment. Now we are guys knowing good and evil. It's judgment. Now we see that, like, yo, the way you run, only some Ecclesiastes truly oppressed to make wise. Only a wise man can see, like, yo, this is not the way. Yeah, this ain't the way. Exactly. They ain't judged. They don't got judgment, bro.
And it irks you. It irks you.
Yeah, you're like, damn, like, this shit ain't right.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what I mean?
And that's why another reason why people hated YAHAWASHI the way they did. Because YAHAWASHI was literally calling these people out for the bullshit that they was doing.
He said, I come to testify of the works thereof, so the works thereof are evil. You know?
Real quick, because you said something about Esau earlier, just a little bit ago. It says 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Right. Who's doing that? Okay. Who's trying to be omnipresent? Okay. Who has a camera on every single block in the sky? Got drones flying around.
Cameras on every corner.
Yeah. Who made up the facial recognition shit?
Well, they're doing baby genetics now, where you can modify your baby.
CRISPR. Yeah. CRISPR. Yeah. Designer babies.
Designer babies?
Yeah, it's out there.
But actually, they dying off though already.
to give birth to a Tommy Hill figure or a feline?
You can do it if you want.
CRISPR babies. They fucking up the DNA. They already dying off.
This devil got to go, bro.
This devil's got to go, bro.
I got a precept to go with that. All right. This is Isaiah 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mountain, upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. That's what Esau has done, man. He tried to set himself up like he's the Most High, man.
And he did, all right? I mean, he did according to the ways of the world. The world doesn't know any different. The world will believe that the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ looks like an Edomite. They don't know the difference. Go ahead.
Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Just like that. Just like you said in the Obadiah. Okay? He's going to be...
He going to exalt himself like to eat.
Yeah.
Well, this is verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. At the end of the day, you're gonna lose, bro. You're gonna lose this fight. Yeah, you know it looks good for you right now. Actually, it really don't. If you're really looking, it ain't looking too good no more. Like it did like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because here it is, the people that everybody was looking up to, like, oh, this is the man we need to follow. All right, everybody looking at him as he's God because of this images that he put up. And look, now the biggest population of homeless living in cars is the Edomites. The biggest drug users are Edomites.
That's right.
So it ain't looking good for them, man. Their kingdom is quickly declining, man.
The Edomite homeless population is increasing. There's more Edomites now living out on the streets than there are Israelites.
And that homeless population, the Edomites you talking about, these motherfuckers go to work every day. They actually got jobs, but they live out in the parking lot. Like, how the hell you going to work and you homeless? I might as well stop working.
You know the answer to all this? Jeremiah 30:7. That's clearly the answer right there.
Deuteronomy.
But it's saying the same thing.
Or Jeremiah 30:16 talking about all the adversaries that devoured you going to be devoured. So shit.
The brother quoted Deuteronomy 30.
Yeah.
The enemies.
The curses.
All these curses upon Deuteronomy 30:7. Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
That's why you see Edomites welfare like that. That's why you see Edomites the trailer parks.
They went from
ghettos. That's an Edomite ghetto.
They went from trailer parks to parking lots, man.
Right. RVs in the Walmart.
Kicked out of the parking lot in the home goods parking lot with a damn trailer.
But wait, they had the war on drugs with us. They was putting crack and cocaine in our neighborhoods, but now it's a heroin epidemic, man.
Well, now they got a summit. It's called the Prescription Crisis and Opioid Epidemic or Summit or something like that. But what, they didn't have that going back to when our people were all strung out on drugs.
It's the same thing with them creating AIDS and putting it into our people. Now that their people have AIDS, now it's the epidemic.
That was a war on AIDS.
They're the biggest homos, so they're the biggest ones that contracted.
Yeah.
But Elder Malcolm up from Chicago, he had did a video on that. You know, the Edomites living in parking lots. Man, this lady was talking about she like the brother said, she had a good job. Her office was in the back of her car, and then the back seats was the bed, and then the other Edomite had a pickup truck with a whole room in the back. You know, it's like, come on, man, these people are finished.
This is the kings of this is your ruler?
And they go to work every day. Yeah. How the hell you go to work and you homeless?
Edomite, see the Lord, making that transition. Because if you look at Issachar, none of them would be, all of them would be in one house.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the next one.
Exactly,
They're happy.
Exactly, man, But Esau, he's so damn stubborn.
His pride.
Yeah, his pride is.
He wanted to keep living in the luxury condominiums, but then when when he came to the realization he can't pay no more, now he's stuck in the Ford Bronco he's had for 20 years.
That's going to eventually break down. He's going to eventually kill himself, but Ishmael won't kill himself.
His pride, he's like
why you put Esau in the OJ?
He won't go to nobody.
Eventually he'll start stealing, and then when he gets caught, it's a wrap. He'll kill himself.
Let me get that to go with this real quick. This is Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a break.
That's right. Yeah, and exactly. So those men, yeah, recompense. You know, you get that in Second Thessalonians or Second Thessalonians verse 1, or chapter 1. Now you get that. Start picking some of these stuff up because it's gonna get wet in my.
YAHWASHI, man. All right. John 7:1. It says, after these things, YAHWASHI walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in jury because the Jews sought to kill him.
Read it again. I'm sorry.
John 7:1. The point is in verse 7.
Okay.
After these things, YAHWASHI walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in jury because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him. Then YAHWASHI said to them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. That's the point. The world cannot hate, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
Straight.
You know?
Go ahead. You want to speak on it?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty much, man. YAHWASHI came to testify against the world. Like I stated earlier, you know, a man that's a righteous man, a man that has the laws, statutes, commandments in his inward, you know, in his mind, meditate on the laws and on the word of the Most High, he can look at this world and clearly see, like, yo, man, this ain't right.
Because it's wicked.
Yeah.
It's against the Bible, and it says that it can't hate you. They can't hate us. They're not really hating us. They're hating YAHWASHI. Okay? When they talk shit against us, they try to get us off the street. It's really hate for YAHWASHI. That's really what it comes down to. It's not a problem with us. We're just flesh. We're in the flesh just like they are. They really don't have a problem with us. They have a problem with YAHWASHI. You're locking it up right there.
Now we're going to move right there.
Okay. Yeah, man. You see that? You know, this thing can't be stopped. Okay? So that's why there is what it seems like there is hate for us, but there's really no hate for us. It's really hate for righteousness. For YAHWASHI. All right, you want to move it down?
To be continued.
Water bottle.